Well, Phyllida Lloyd is doing a fantastic job. Some people would say first-time director. She's not a first-time director at all. She's directed a lot of great stage work.
In the theatre, things begin rather calmly and escalate to that very high stress level as you're about to open a show. This felt like a traumatic opening night of a theatre play every single day for 80 days. That stress was horrible.
The thing about Phyllida is that she really has cojones is the only word that I can think of. This is so complicated. Huge cast, different locations, special effects. And I've seen many, many men brought to their knees by, things that she just says, well, that's not a problem. You know, she just goes right straight through it.
Doesn't seem to be exactly calming down, does it?
No, it's not. No, and it won't.
I don't know if she cries all night when she gets home, but on the set, she never gets upset. There's no drama around her. It's always just slowly and methodically working her way towards what she wants, and she doesn't give up until she gets it.
It seemed right to collaborate with Phyllida. We kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses.
You completely trust that she has thought absolutely every moment through.
So when I say action, you kind of run to halfway to the rock and stop and speak. And Amanda's by then at the rock and she turns around. So just as an experiment, action.
To get what was absolutely at the heart of Mamma Mia onto the screen, we needed the original team. And working with Martin Lowe, the musical director, was just absolutely amazing.
1, 2, 3.
Tonight the super trooper lights are gonna find me.
My job was to teach the entire company the music. And when you think of the ABBA songs, the backing vocals are often the sound that defines the songs. So I taught all the ensemble the backing vocals. I worked with all the principals on the lead vocals.
Don't be hanging on to them. Yeah. Yeah? Because everything is new. And everything is you.
We always used to say that the music was the star of the show, but now we have to eat our words with such an incredible cast.
All our actors sang their butts off. The energy between them and Benny was just fantastic. And in the studio, they really delivered. So it became no stunt singing. Everybody sings all their own stuff.
When you're gone, how I try, how can I carry on? And that's why we're looking this way.
For months, I just listened to ABBA day in and day out, driving the kids to school.
I can still recall all last summer.
I was on fast forward to learn music and to put it into my voice, because it's never just learning notes. It's about making it sit comfortably in your voice. And the voice is a muscle. It's like you don't go out and just dance a big dance without rehearsing. It's the same with singing.
Dance with your honey, if you think it's funny, does your model know that you're out?
Well, I think what was great for the music department was that everybody supported Benny in his desire that the actors should sing and do their own singing.
Absolutely wonderful. Let's do one more when you stand there with that energy. Now we're into the rock and roll world.
And having worked on the stage show, I know what's required of actors in order to get through these parts. And I say get through the parts, it's not that. You've got to deliver them with a certain kind of panache and skill, because getting through these songs isn't good enough.
We can't see your lips move, so it looks like you're not saying the word Waterloo. We do once more and then we'll move on.
The hardest thing I found is to try and capture the energy that the track has with what they're doing, is lip syncing to their track. There is a resistance to opening one's mouth too wide.
To be clear, this doesn't cut it. Doesn't cut it, guys. Lay all your... You've got to commit to it. Let's go one more time. Playback. Go, 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 go! I try and encourage actors to be brave, but it's scary for them. It's really scary, because they're very exposed.
We're now in August. We started workshopping this number in January.
Here we go.
5, 6, 7, go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys. Do not worry if you're not picking it up. It will come. Tomorrow's it's always better. And somehow the body learns it overnight. Here we go.
Anthony Van Laas, the choreographer, was an absolute rock. Throughout.
Your story is you're coming into her and she goes, kick, take it easy.
Of all the shows I've choreographed, Mamma Mia was possibly the hardest show I'd ever worked on.
For safety, always have your hands here so that if she ever did keep going, then you'll always know where the kick is.
It's not thought of as being a hugely choreographed show, but in fact, every bit of what appears to be improvised, free, spontaneous movement actually is really thought out and developed and takes the story forward.
Tonight the points, trooper, points are gonna find me, marching. Yeah, woo, aren't they good?
Yeah, stop. After that, some of you can still leave your hands up on the marching so all the hands just don't drop down. Right, same again, please.
Tonight the super trooper shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like a #1.
A lot of stage musicals have really struggled to find a reason, I think, to be on the screen. You know, musicals that are set in theatres or set in offices. But for us, we were already on a beautiful island.
The feeling was that it might all be done in Greece, but when you start looking at weather conditions and the fact we had quite a few large dance numbers, we decided that we would build a taverna set on stage.
So we're in the 007 stage, which is the biggest stage in Europe, certainly.
Maria Djokovic, who was our production designer, is another personality whose stamp on this is going to be remarkable.
What we're saying is there's this complex of buildings on top of a hill, and everything on top of that hill you see here in the studio, and everything at the bottom of the hill is in Greece.
We did shoot some numbers in Greece. Winner Takes It All, Does Your Mother Know, Lay All Your Love.
Here we're up on the main terrace. All these buildings have interiors and exteriors to them. Kitchen in the basement, and the boys who work here live upstairs. And then there's something that we call the old goat house, where it's kind of garagey space.
I don't want to seem ungrateful for the scenic tour, but might I be shown my room now?
Well, don't hold your breath, Harry, but I think this is your room.
On a stage, you're creating much more of a fantasy. On a film, you're actually creating a world that has to be utterly believable and credible.
All the vegetation is real. The olive trees, which are alive and watered daily, and special grow lights come down at night to keep the trees alive.
It was a bit of a sort of Shangri-La, magic castle on top of a hill. But the finishes and everything that Maria did were so real. In the end, I think it gave us both something real and something quite heightened.
The trick to make this work is it should be visually joyous, #1. It's a musical. The spirit of it is slightly frivolous and all those other things. But at the same time, the audience has to believe it.
My God! Oh.